Hello and welcome to Wednesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, and a happy April Fool's Day to you all. And it's Wednesday, so it is Rat Run Day. Marty's new puzzle has emerged from Marty's brain. It's called Rat Run number 32, Veracity. I've had a quick look at the rules before I turned on the webcam, and it's definitely got some sort of April Fool-esque theme, because there's... if I understand correctly, and we're going to go through the rules together slowly, so hopefully I will understand it correctly at some point. Some of the clues could be lying. There are, and you can see this is a very colourful grid with a lot of clues in it, and Finkz and Phinx making an appearance. 2 cupcakes today. So we'll read the rules together in a moment or two's time. In fact, what we should do is we should look at the law, shouldn't we? So here we go. 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty so far. I mean, it's only come out today. 99% approval rating. But here's the story. Experiment 32, Navy, 1st of April 1975. I don't know what to think anymore. This morning I could see his left hand looked very red, almost like a bad sunburn, and it seemed to be causing some discomfort. At first he claimed he'd spilt boiling water on it while making coffee. I pointed out that he doesn't drink coffee and asked him plainly for the truth. Not just about his hand, but about what he's been working on at night, what SRT means, or all of it. After looking shaken for a moment, he asked me to be patient and trust him, promising he will explain everything very soon. Sadly, I'm not sure I believe that either. Oh, it's all heating up in the 1975 rat laboratories, isn't it? Let's have a look at the comments. Oh, yeah, and I need to talk about something else as well. So, rather easier, says Fool on Hill. Christine says, I smell a rat. Dino Nugs says, I think this is my favourite yet. Zenico says, lol. And some excellent fresh logic to go along with it. So, yeah, I think we're in for a treat. And, well, actually, I'm going to talk now about something else that I think is a bit of a treat, because we have been working with Marty. Well, when I say we've been working, Marty has been designing some Rat Run merchandise. And I have to show you it because it's so amazing. Just look. I mean, these are some of the mugs, but there's all sorts of stuff. I love these mouse mats, coasters. Hang on, let me just go up a bit because there's t-shirts as well. Just look at this. This is all Marty's design stuff, and it's just beautiful. So we've just managed to do this. So it's up and running. It was up and running last night because I had to make it all work. But it is now there. So if anyone fancies a bit of Rat Run merch, get involved. It's really quite beautiful. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. It is Sudoku merch at its most beautiful. And a huge thanks to Marty for doing all of the design work on that. He is well. I mean, we know he's incredibly talented in terms of just making things look utterly beautiful. And it turns out that he can turn that to t-shirts and coasters and other stuff as well. Anyway, so I'll put a link on the screen to that. But with it being the 1st of a month, there is more news, because at 4 p.m. UK time today, a new competition launched over on Patreon, and it is, here we go, there's Nala, it's Sandra and Nala, with a whole selection of Sudokus, many of which are fog Sudokus for you. You can see it there, or see one of them there, yeah, we think that you're going to enjoy that as well. So it's gone live at 4 p.m. today. I think by the time this video emerges, assuming I can solve the puzzle, I mean, it's just, I cannot bear the thought that I won't be able to do it. But I will sit here for a very long time before I give up, let me tell you. But yeah, by the time this video goes live, that competition will already be up and running, and it will close on the 20th. So if you'd like the chance to come onto the channel and solve a puzzle, do get involved. Well, you should get involved anyway, because the puzzles are that good, and I think you'll enjoy them. Now, what else? Birthday. I've got one birthday to do today, I think. Let me look. Ian. You've turned the big 60 today. I'm sure we had an Ian yesterday who turns 60 in Liverpool. Am I misremembering? But anyway, I think, Ian, you're a different birthday because you're on the 1st. And Lorraine and Shanice, I hope I'm saying your names correctly, your daughters wanted to wish you a very happy birthday today, and wanted me to wish you a very happy birthday, which of course I do. I know you watch every day. Thank you very much for doing that. I hope you have a brilliant birthday. I hope you get some very heavily iced chocolate cake to celebrate. Many happy returns. Now, have I done everything I meant to do? I think I have. So now we could have a look at the rules of Veracity. Rat Run number 32 by Marty. What have we got to do today? We have got normal Sudoku rules applying. So we're going to have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. The aim of the experiment, Finkz with an F and Phinx with a PH, must both reach cupcakes by finding a path through the maze. The paths must not visit any cell more than once, share cells, or pass through any thick maze walls. No diagonal. Oh, no, I didn't read that when I looked at the rules earlier. No diagonal moves are possible in this maze. Gosh, yeah, that does seem to be true. Normally in the Rat Run puzzles, let me go to the line drawing tool. Normally you can do that somewhere, but here there is actually, well, there are sort of round wall spots that seem to prevent it. So there's no diagonality today. Now what else do we have to do? So blackcurrants. If 2 digits are joined by a blackcurrant, one is double the other. Redcurrants. If 2 digits are joined by a redcurrant, one is odd and the other is even. Goldenberries. If 2 digits are joined by a goldenberry, they are consecutive. No, sorry, they are non-consecutive. That's a big difference. Hang on, let me just make sure. They are non-consecutive. Oh, right, so they're like Nabnadoth. They are non-consecutive. So if this was a 2, this one is not 1 or 3, because 1 or 3 would be consecutive with 2. So they're like the opposite of white dots. Grapes. If 2 digits are joined by a grape, they have a difference of at least 5, so they're like German whisper dots. Motion sensors. A digit on a motion sensor indicates exactly how many cells in the up to 9 surrounding cells are visited by a rat. So look at this. If this rat did this, and the other rat did, oh, it's going to be complicated, but something like that, and then nothing went into these, then the motion sensor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think it would contain a 6. That's how I read it anyway. If I've miscounted that, hopefully you got the idea of how they work. Now, the test constraint today, this is the thing that changes every time. In this experiment, some clues are fake. A fake clue breaks its rule in the list above. All clues that Phinx with a PH passes through are fake. But fake should have a PH there, Marty. All clues that Phinx PH passes through are fake. All other clues are truthful, i.e. those passed through by Phinx with an F, and those unvisited by either rat. It is to be determined which rat is which, so we don't know which is the lying rat and which is the good rat today. And let me just check. I can't scroll any further. They are all the rules. To have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. And I think you know, the joke here, Marty does this every week. But the joke here is so ridiculous. Why can't that rat go there and that rat go there? Because that would make all the clues. It would make all the clues correct. That's true, isn't it? Because if the naughty rat, whichever one is the naughty rat, never goes to any clues, then all the clues are just correct. Oh, okay. That I can see one reason that won't work, actually. Oh gosh, it's something to do with the motion sensors. Because if no rat ever gets near a motion sensor, then the motion sensor would contain a 0. Oh no. Oh no, that's not a wasp. I thought it was a wasp, but it's a drill, I think. Being assailed by other noises today. Yeah, that must be right, isn't it? So if this rat went there and this rat went there, like with some sort of alacrity, they both sped in those directions, then this is meant to be counting how many cells in that 3x3 are visited by a rat. It would be a 0, and it would be a true 0 because it wouldn't be visited by the naughty rat. So something is going to... Well, that's the thing that forces one of the rats, at least, to go a-wandering. Oh, I tell you what Marty will have done here. And I'm sorry if this shortcuts a surprise at the end, but I just, knowing Marty, he would find it hilarious, literally hilarious, and I will find it hilarious, if one rat basically visits all the cells, making everything incorrect, and then the other rat, or correct actually, and the other rat just does this. That would be very funny. Now, why is that happening? No idea. No idea. It must... okay, it must be to do with the motion sensors. So, at least one of the rats has to either get onto a motion sensor to make it well, if it was Finkz with a PH, to make it a lying motion sensor, or get close enough to a motion sensor such that if the motion sensor is telling the truth, it doesn't contain a 0. So something, for example, has to get close to that one, which actually doesn't look too difficult to do, to be honest. There's probably some reason. Why is my phone buzzing? Oh, top news story. Let me just check it's nothing urgent. No, I don't think it is. I mean, I can see there's a lot of grid furniture in the top row, but this black dot sequence, I think, is a possible black dot sequence. If one of these was a 1 and the black dot sequence went 1, 2, 4, 8, each of those is doubling, and there are 4 different digits, so I think that's possible. Okay, right. Here's one point then. You have to get... Yeah, there is actually only one rat I think can get in. No, that might be wrong. Well, hang on. Let me just try and work this out. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I am not seeing this yet. I feel like the top of the grid is quite a restricted area in the sense that it's not desperately easy for rats to get in and out of the top part of the grid. So I mean, certainly it's not at all easy. If a rat has to go up there, then the only way out is down here, which would be a little interesting. But I don't think... Am I wrong here? Is there some reason that you... Okay, if they were real, so if no rat gets to the top row ever, so i.e. if this junction isn't ever breached and this junction therefore isn't ever breached, so everything in the top row has to be true, there would be lots of different parity digits, wouldn't there? That's what a red dot is, I think. Yeah, one is odd, the other is even. This would have to be 1, 2, 4, 8. So, that's it. Right, okay. Okay, so something has to get into the top. And the reason that something has to get into the top is that if nothing gets into the top, this sequence does have to be 1, 2, 4, 8. It's the only way you can have doubling 3 times with a Sudoku digit. Because if you start with 2, 4, 8, 16, 16 wouldn't go in, would it? So, but that will use up, in this sequence, 3 even digits. 2, 4, and 8 will appear in those cells somewhere. And you can see, if I just label those cells, so they will include 2, 4, and 8. Across any red dot, you ought to have 1 digit of each parity. So there would have to be an even digit there, and there would have to be an even digit there. And now I've got 5 even digits in the top row, and in Sudoku, 2, 4, 6, and 8 as the total panoply of even digits available. So there are not 5 available, so we can't do that. Which means that something... Well, no, it doesn't mean something. It means Finkz with a PH has to go into the top row. Because either some portion of the red currants or some portion of the black currants, or both, have to be rendered fake, I think. So, this is tricky, isn't it? Because I don't even know... I'm going to have to decide. I'm going to just say that Finkz is the proxy in this puzzle for Finkz with a PH. And I'm going to say that Finkz goes up here so that I can start to draw in something. Because there's only one way into the top 2 rows, I think. I think you have to go through there to get in, and you have to go through there to get out. So given that the naughty rat has to make an appearance up here, that's how we're going to have to start. Then we're going to have to go along there, at least. Which means that all of these are now... Well, hang on, what does it mean? What does it mean? Does it mean all of those are wrong now? So all of these... Oh, that's so brilliant. I see it. No, I'm being very dumb. What it means is you can't change parity across the red currants. So those digits all have to be of one parity, and there are 5 of them, aren't there? So how do we keep to stop the parity changing across any of those red currants? They're all odd numbers, which means these are all even numbers, which actually means that some of these might be true. Now, well, wait. Okay, so Phinx, which is the rat that converts things to being false, if she's in this cell at the moment, if she went to this cell, that would be saying this parity dot is incorrect, but it would be correct because that's even and that's odd. So this is a correct parity dot, so Phinx must not interfere with its application. So she's going to do that. Now if she goes up there, she hasn't crossed the dot. Hang on, I just need to check something in the rules. Passes through. All clues that Phinx passes through are fake. So just being on 2 sides of a red currant, I don't think that's sufficient. I think to negate a clue, to make it false, she has to pass through it. So but okay, but if she doesn't go into those cells at all, I hadn't realised she has to just go through all of them or none of them. If she goes through none of them, they would have to be they'd have to be correct and be 1, 2, 4, 8, which they can't be. So she's going to go through all of them, and I'm now worried because that feels like some of these are going to be correct. Because if the 4 in this sequence was next to a 2 or an 8, it would make the black dot correct, or the blackcurrant correct. So 4 can't be in the middle of the sequence because the only digit 4 can be next to is 6. 4 and 6 are not in a doubling relationship. So 4 is at one end, which means that 6 is interior, is internal. So one of these end digits is a 4 next to a 6, and then the 2 and the 8 can be together. That's fine. Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? It is absolutely brilliant. And so what do these things mean? Yeah, they're nabna dots. They're nabna dots, which mean they're meant to be non-consecutive, but they've been falsified, so they are now consecutive. So this is consecutive with this, is consecutive with this, is consecutive with this. So this is like a renban, a sequence of consecutive digits, which is 4 cells long. So 2 of each parity. So that, hang on. So this, because this is 4 consecutive digits, it doesn't matter whether we start, whether the lowest one is odd or even. There are going to be 2 of each parity in those 4 cells. So there's, in those cells, there are 3 evens, and in these cells, there are 4 odds, which means this is 1 of each parity. But that means that's not visited, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. It means it's not visited by the falsifying rat. So the falsifying rat doesn't go through the red dot, because that is 1 digit of each parity. But the rat that isn't Phinx could, although no, I don't know whether there's enough space for the inks rat, the blue rat, to go there and not hit the Phinx path. It looks to me like it couldn't be done. And this motion sensor at the moment is telling the truth, because the Phinx hasn't gone through it. But then, okay, so something's wrong here, because I think this is, I think Phinx has to do more regarding this, because if she doesn't, maybe that's the point. If she just does that, and then she would do that, then she couldn't get up here and then get out again. So that would mean that's not going to work. The reason that doesn't work is that this motion sensor, because you can't get a rat to go up there and then get out again. This motion sensor hasn't been interfered with by Phinx, so is telling the truth. So it records how many rat cells are in its 3x3, which is 5. But then that's on a green grape, and a green grape that's telling the truth can't have 5 on it, because what do we know about German whispers lines? If you put 5 on them, the next digit has to be 5 different. If you go down from 5, you're going to get to 0 or negative. If you go up, you get to 10 or higher. That's not Maverick, but that sounds like a motorcycle Maverick. So that's wrong. That's impossible. So I think that Phinx goes there. Now, the moment she does that, of course, if this is unvisited, it's now at least a 6. Oh, wait. This is the point of the red thing. Yeah. Although, actually, hang on. Well, okay, what we do know is that Phinx doesn't go up into the motion sensor, because if she does, she will cross this boundary of the red current and say that this is not a parity dot, where we know it is, because there is an odd and an even digit in that domino. So she doesn't go up, which means that this is telling the truth. Now, if she went down, then that's going to give us a problem. Because if she now goes down, the count of this is 6. And a 6 here between 2 correct grapes, because they haven't been crossed by Phinx, would put double 1 into those cells. I don't see a way that isn't logical. So Phinx goes there. Oh, wait. Then we don't know. There's the opportunity to do that, but there's the other opportunity to do that. Oh, I tell you what we should do. That's unvisitable now. So that's telling the truth. So both of these are telling the truth. But this one, that one is a 7 then. And there are 2 grapes attaching to the 7. So we need digits in these 2 cells that are telling the truth, i.e. they are at least 5 different from 7. So they're a 1-2 pair. And now, those cells which are odd don't include 1 and 7. So they're 3, 5, 9. These are 1 and 7. And the rest of this box 1, needs even digits. So 4, 6, 8. And this is, oh no, that's on a false one. Okay, that's, no. I don't know, do I? This is now a falsified green dot, so the digits on it are not 5 apart, at least. But we know this isn't 8, because if that's 8, it will be 5 apart. But this could still be 6 next to a 1. No. Hang on, it's got to be false. No, so it would be 6 next to a 2, or 4 next to a 1 or a 2. Both of those would be false green dots. I think it would be very easy to make an error here. Now, what about that then? Because that's counting the correct number of rat cells in the up to 6 cells around it. And there are 2 at the moment, but this cell is unvisitable. Let's have a colour for unvisitable. That is not visitable. So it is a maximum of 5, and it's at least a 2. But it's not at least a 2, because this rat has to get out. So she's going to have to go there, and that means this digit is 4 or 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4 minimum, 5 if this cell is in. And I don't want to think about this. If you go through the whispers, if you go through the grapes, So if Marty goes through not Marty, if Phinx goes through the grapes, but that's weird the way my brain works there. I think of the rats as being Marty in some world. So if Phinx goes through the grapes, then the grapes are all nullified. So you have to make sure the digits are quite close to each other. They couldn't be 5 different. And then the yellow dot would be telling the truth. So it would be saying that those 2 digits are non-consecutive, which that's very possible, isn't it? It's going to be harder, actually, if you make those consecutive. Because if you make those consecutive, the grapes are real grapes. Yeah, that doesn't work. That's a beautiful idea, actually, that one. Look at this 2x2, because it's gorgeous. Because it's just beautiful. Let me try and explain what's going on. If we take Phinx through the yellow, the goldenberry, that means the goldenberry rule is not allowed to apply. And the goldenberry rule says these were non-consecutive, so these now become consecutive digits. But each grape is now telling the truth. So these are correct German whisper grapes. Now, what do we know about German whispers? We know that because you can't put 5 on them, because there are no digits 5 different from 5, the quality of each digit around this grape sequence is either below 5. Every digit will either be below 5 or above 5. But crucially, if you have a an above 5 digit here, can you have another above 5 digit next? No. These cannot be 5 apart. 6 and 9 are the furthest apart they can be. They're 3 apart. And obviously the same is true if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Won't work. They're too close. So what we're going to do is this one and this one are going to be the same polarity. We don't know whether that's high or low. And this one are going to be the same polarity. And we don't know whether they are high or low. But we now know that this digit and this digit are from different sets. And they cannot be rendered consecutive, because one of them is a 1, 2, 3, or 4, and one of them is a 6, 7, 8, 9. And to make them consecutive, well, you'd need a 5 somewhere, wouldn't you? So this is not right. It cannot be made true. So the truth is that. And I've got a feeling that that's going to take all the pressure off this. Let's go back to thinking. So now these are non-consecutive, and everything here is relatively close to each other. I don't think that's restricted at all, really. Because now you could even have 5 involved. 5 would be a very lovely digit to have involved, because then you just need a digit that's not 5 different from 5, and every digit would be available. Oh, hang on. That's a possible path segment, isn't it? Oh, wait, have I got a problem with this thing? Hang on. I hope I haven't made an error here. that black dot is supposed to be real. So, well, it's not 3, 6, because I know 6 is in one of those two cells. So it is from the family of 1s, 2s, 4s, and 8s. Okay, it's not 2, 4, because then these digits, there would be 5 even digits. It's got to have an odd, yeah, that's the way to think about it. It's got to have an odd digit on it. These three are indisputably even. I might not know the order of them, but they are all even. So if this black dot relationship is made up of entirely even digits, there are 5 even digits in box 3. So it's not, and we've just said it's not 3, 6, so this is 1, 2. These are not 2. 6, 8, so this is 4, and that is 2. And we know we must not, these are false black dots, so this is 6, this is 8, and that is a false sequence now. And these digits are all odd, 3, 5, 7, 9. And this green grape is a real green grape, which means it must have a lower than 5 digit on it. And that's going to have to be 3. You can't put 5. It's going to have to be 3, 9 is what it'll have to be, because 3 and 7 are only 4 apart. So I've actually, yes, and now I can use that 7. So 7, 5. I don't know. What was this one? This was sort of a Rembanic sequence, wasn't it? 4 consecutive digits. Oh, hang on. 1 and 7 aren't available, and 2 isn't available. So 3, 4, 5. This is 3, 4, 5, 6. This sequence, because it's consecutive digits, and because 1, 2, and 7 are not available, we need 4 consecutive digits. So we can't involve 8 and 9, because then we'd need a 7. So it's got to be, well, these have got to be the extreme digits. So they're 3 and 6, and this is 4 and 5, which means this is 6 by Sudoku. Now, that had to not go next to 1, didn't it? I almost made that mistake earlier. 6 and 1 would make a correct green grape. So that's 2, that's 1, that's 2, that's 1. So now, these are 4, 8. This is 5 now. And that was telling the truth, remember? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the Phinx path has to go there, through a... Oh, no, making this motion sensor wrong. Now, can we do some more Sudoku? 4, I can actually. 4, 8 here. And this is 8, 9. This is, okay, I can do that as well. 8, 9, 9, 3. This is not a 5 in the corner. Chance for a 3 in the corner. Very good chance. 50-50. Now, how do we resolve this stuff? Do we need Sudoku from below to do it, or is there a way we can use one of these relationships? I'm going to be a stickler for labeling cells that are not on the path. So this Phinx path goes all over the shop. Honestly, the depressing thing about puzzles of this quality, I've got tears in my eyes. It's so funny. Not the fact I've got tears in my eyes, but it's just such a wonderful thing. Anybody, and there are millions and millions of people in the world who love puzzles and love logic puzzles. I think anybody who spent any amount of time in the company of this puzzle would just be immensely gratified and interested in it. Gratified by and interested in it. It's got so much verve and wit and cleverness and beauty. I honestly, yeah, I wish there. I mean, you may say there is a way. It's solving them on YouTube, but it is a way. Obviously, it's my way. But I wish, you know, somebody with enormous amounts of reach could just encourage people to look at something like this, because it, you know, if I'd have come across a puzzle like this at the age of 11 or 12, I would have had a hobby for life. I mean, and I eventually did find a hobby for life, obviously, but anyway, I digress. How can we go any further from here? So what's going on with the Phinx cupcake then? Which is the Phinx cupcake? Is it that one? Oh, yeah. I mean, it could be like this one does that, or this one does that. Is that a possibility? And this one goes like this, and that one goes like this. I'm not sure, basically. I don't think I know, do I? Okay, I'm not sure what to do. Oh, and this motion sensor's been turned off. So that's a thing. This black dot is telling the truth. Yeah, that might, I mean, there's a pencil mark available there. It's telling the truth, and it's not got a 2 on it. So it's not 1, 2, and it's not 2, 4. So it's either 3, 6, or it's 4, 8. It's one of those things. And then we've got a so that's a consecutive. Yeah, okay, so we've got a falsified Nabna, or goldenberry, I should say. So this digit is consecutive with the digit beneath it. So this digit is not a 6, because this can't be 5 or 7 by Sudoku. And if that's not a 6, this isn't a 3. So this digit can't be a 2, actually. It can't be a 5. So it's either 3 or 4 if this is a low digit, or it's 9 if this is 8, because it can't be 7. Now, near. Well, actually, no, that's it. That is it, isn't it? So now what we do, well, what I was going to say is 1 and 6 were there, but they aren't, and that's a good thing, because 1 and 6 would make a correct green dot. If we look at where's 1 in box 4? That's the question we'll start with. It's in this domino. On an incorrect grape. So we can't put a high digit with it, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So where's 6 in this box? Now 6, look, it could be there, or it's on the dot and making the dot correct, the grape correct. So the 6 goes there, which means this is 3, and that is 4. And this is not 3 anymore. And this is a 1 with a 7 or a 9. Because it can't be with 8, and it can't be with... No, it's not, is it? I was doing correct green. I've just made it wrong, and then I'm trying to make it right. What an absolute wally. Hang on then. Hang on. Does it have to be a 1-2 pair? Maybe that was the simple deduction, was it? Maybe that's the point. How do you make this dot wrong now? Because I've had so many low digits already. It's got 1 on it, so the other digit on it has to not be 5 different from it. And the only digit available is 2. Sorry, that's been obvious, hasn't it, for everybody else for ages. So these digits are 7, 8, 9. And that works on an incorrect green dot. So if these are 7, 8, 9, that's not 9. And this green dot is incorrect. So how how low could that be? It couldn't be a 1 or a 2, because no matter what this was, the green dot would be correct. So it's at least a 4. That's no good, is it? Well, it's 4, 5, 6, or 7, which just about merits a pencil mark. But then that one, oh no, that could be anything. I mean, if that's 5, that could be anything. So I'm not pencil marking it. I refuse. I utterly refuse. So, oh, how could this be a real black dot now? It couldn't be 1, 2, it couldn't be 2, 4, it couldn't be 3, 6, it couldn't be 4, 8. So it's incorrect, which means Finkz goes through it. Finkz is there at the moment. So Finkz goes through that dot, therefore up, therefore right. Now does she... Yeah, she doesn't make a loop, does she? So she does go across that goldenberry. Now she can't go down or she gets cul-de-saced, so she goes there. Now, all of these cells are unreachable by either rat. These two are unreachable by either rat. This is a true parity dot. And that is a consecutive pair. And that's an incorrect motion sensor. And we need 3, 6, 7, 9. Oh, that's that. Okay. I mean, that's interesting, isn't it? Because this motion sensor, the correct digit for it would be a 6. And it can't be a 6. And in fact, it's graped as well. Does it have to be 3? Maybe. If it was... Yeah, it does, doesn't it? This is so low, row 6, column 1, that if this was anything else other than 3, the grape would be correct. So it is a 3. Oh, that's no good. I'm not going to get 3 in the corner then. That's a 9. 9, 5, 3. So we get a 6, 7 pair at the bottom of the column. We're not doing the rhymes or the shaking of the hands. Now, what have we got here? 1, 8, 9. But that's incorrect, isn't it? So, but it is incorrect. You can't make it correct, actually. So what about that? That's better. This goldenberry thing has to be because it's been rendered incorrect, it must be a consecutive pair of digits. What pair can be consecutive there? It's got to be 7, 8. So 7, 8, 6 in the corner. Get a 1, 9 pair here. We get 2, 4, 5 left here. So this parity dot is correct. So we don't know, do we? This is a consecutive pair. So that's good. This one's where we look now. Because that digit has to be consecutive with 7, 8, 9, because Finkz has gone through the goldenberry, making it a lying clue. So that has to be from 7, 8, 9, because it can't be 6, and that can't be 8 or 9. So that's 7, that's 8. So this is not 7. This is 5. It's a parity dot that's meant to be a real parity dot. And okay, that's 7. Does some thingies at the top of the grid. Thingies achieved. It's just, it's like magnificent, and it's delayed gratification as well, because you have an absolute blast getting to this point, and I've still got to figure out, like, which rat is which cupcake is which. Now, is it this grape thing here somehow? That's 7 or 9, so that's always going to be close enough to it. Sudoku. Oh, hang on, does that... Hang on, that's that is a real goldenberry, isn't it? That's okay. That's okay. So let's just think about this digit, because it sees quite a lot of digits, you know, because it's got 1, 7, 8, 9 in its column and 4, 5 in its row. So it is 2, 3, or 6 only, I believe. Now, do we know how to deal with that? The answer seems to be no. That's an incorrect grape, so it will be incorrect whatever I put on it. I can't make it correct from the options available. Oh goodness. So is it this black dot? See, that black dot could be real, I think. It's got 2 options to be real. It could be 2, 4. It could be 3, 6. I think those are available. I mean, I might be wrong, but I think they're available. Or maybe it's this motion sensor. If it was a true motion sensor and nothing got close to it, it would currently... Oh, it can't be a 5, actually, because it's got a 5 in its row. So some rat has to get near it, either to go through it to make it incorrect, or to increase the count slightly of how many cells it sees. So, yeah, again, Marty is so clever. Look at this. How do you get a rat into this portion of the grid at all? And I think the issue is, if this rat didn't go there, then a rat that came into this portion would do a loop and hit itself on the way back. So this must be... Now, I don't know the colour. I'm going to use green, because I don't know whether this is the pinks or inks. I just know that is a way that this rat has to go. And then she's going to have to go there, because she's going to either do this or this, but she's always going to end up in this cell. So if... Right. So what would happen if the green rat is not the Fink's rat? Where would the green rat go from here? She'd have to go down and into the cupcake, because she can't go into another rat, and she can't be on the Fink's path. And then the Fink's path is stranded, because you'd have something like that. And there's a wall now that Fink's path can't cross. So I think at least we now know that this rat, which we worked out goes there and here, is the falsifying naughty Fink's rat. Now, does that mean we know which the Fink's cupcake is? No, because it could be that one, or it could be that one like that, or it could be that one like that. All options, I think, are still available. This one can still... I mean, obviously not with the pink path, but I think she can still get to both cupcakes. Right. So, what on earth do we do next? We could... Okay, if Fink's goes down, does that make that a 7? Because that would be a bad thing, wouldn't it? I think it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can never get to this square, so this would be a correct 7, and it would clash in the column. It's unbelievable. Okay, so we do this. That's extraordinary. You still don't know. I still don't know whether that closes there or goes like that. I think both options are still available. Now, but this is now incorrect. Oh, and all of those are the same parity, because I learnt that trick from up there. So those three, these parity dots have been rendered liars. So these are all either odd or even. Okay, but what's this blackcurrant now? Because that is a true blackcurrant. You can't get, no rat can get to these cells. So we should label that up. And it's not got 2 on it. It's not a 3-6 pair. So this is a 4-8 pair, I want to say. I would know the order, actually. Let me just mull that for a moment. Am I absolutely convinced by that? I don't see how this can be pinxed. So it is real. It's not 1-2. It's not 2-4. It's not 3-6. I think it's 4-8. Okay, so it's 8 on top of 4, which means this isn't 4. This is 4. That does more, doesn't it? Because that was a sequence, so we can do the 3 and the 6 as well. So, well, what can we do? Well, oh, I see. Now I bounce back and ask about the parity, because I've just used 2 even digits here. If all of these were even, there would be 5 even digits in box 5. It's so brilliant. It's so brilliant. So these are odd, and they're not 7. Some of them aren't 5, but I don't know what they are really. I mean, they're 1, 3, 5, 9, and these 2 are not 5. And these 2 are not 3. Now, can we do any better than that? Not sure. No, I'm not sure. Okay, no, I'm still not sure. Bobbins. Where is 1, 3, 9? 6 is in this domino. I can see that now. That's just Sudoku in this box using this 6, which means that the bottom of this column is only made up of sort of lowish digits, and that's not 5 or 3. Look, that's a 2 or 4. It looks like it's going to be a natural black dot to me. It's going to be a 2-4 pair, I think, but I'm not sure. Okay. What do you think we do now? I need to put 2 and 6. Yeah, that's it's so easy to get your brain thinking in the wrong order here. 2 and 6 are okay on that green dot because it's a lying green dot. Oh, no, that's not true. What I was about to say, it was absolute gibberish, so I'm not saying it. I don't know what to do, actually. I'm stuck. I apologise, but I think I'm stuck. Is there a way to know? Oh, that's an odd question. And not a true question either. What do we need in this column? 1, 3, 7, 9. So these are 1, 3, 7, 9. This is not 3. This is not 7. And that one we don't appear to know about. So can we do, I don't know, is it Sudoku or something? 7 is in one of those 2 cells in column 6. This black dot is a lying black, that's okay. These are all lying, that's okay. That's not got a relationship, so we can't use it. There's no way to make that do it now. I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm meant to look here. I apologise if it's obvious. It could well be obvious, but I don't know where. To look. Do we know? So this rat, Finkz. If this goes down, it makes this black dot incorrect. But there's still loads of ways to do that. I think. I really do. What about... Okay, maybe we've got to resort to Sudoku. Where is 8? 8 is in one of 2 places in box 6. Can we do any other mystical things involving Sudoku? 4. 4 is in that domino. Can it be on a correct black dot here? 4. No, actually it couldn't. That would need to be rendered incorrect. Oh, that feels incredibly hard. How would Finkz go through there? Oh, maybe she... Oh, no. Finkz can't go... Oh, hang on. This is important, isn't it? Does this have to be 3-6? Because that would be good. Ah, right. Let me think this through. Oh, no. I know why Finkz doesn't go across that dot. Because she'd have to continue and bump into the other rat. And Finkz is not both rats. There are no Schrödinger rats. Oh, I wish I hadn't said that. Because Marty will now think of a way of introducing Schrödinger rats. No. No. Okay, so this is not Finkzable. So it's a real black dot. Which means it is 3-6. And I know the order. Which makes that a 4 by Sudoku. Now this is a 5, that's a 6 by Sudoku. Now, has that done anything for me? It means this is where 2 goes in the middle box, because we've run out of odd digits now. 5, 7, 1, 3. Oh, in fact this is a 1-9 pair, so that's got to be a 3. So I've got a 1-7-9 triple here. I've got a 2-3-4 triple here, and these must be the other digits, which are 5, 6, 8. And the Sudoku at least looks like it's not completely hopeless. We're chocolate teapotted though in these 3. And Finkz, the fact that Finkz doesn't go through here definitely doesn't mean Inks doesn't. But okay, I've got a 2 here, so I can do a bit more Sudoku. And now in this row, I need to put 5 and 9 in, which I can do. And in this row, I need this to be a 1. It can't be 7 or 9. So that's going to do... That does a lot, you know. The Sudoku is sort of coming together a bit. Now, what are those digits? 2, 7, 8. So that's a 7. This is a 2-8 pair. Feels reasonable, doesn't it? And we know that... hang on. Yeah, I know that's a real grape because Finkz doesn't go through it. I don't know whether Inks goes through it, but I know it doesn't matter if Inks goes through it. It's still true. So this has to be an 8 or a 9, and it can't be an 8 because it needs to be sufficiently different from 3. So that's done a little. That's done loads more as well. Now this is getting done. 9, 1. Come on. So I think this one's going to do that. I think that Finkz is going to do that, and then right down here and do that. but thinking it's going to do that and proving it are different things. So what do we need? We need 2, 4, 6, 8 over here. So all the even digits. So that's 2 or 8. And this is 2, 6 or 8. So, oh, I see. Where's 4? Oh, sorry. Where's 4 in row 7? It's actually been available for ages. So this is 4 on the black dot. And if it's a true black dot, this is a 2. If it's an untrue one and Phinx goes down, it's weird actually, isn't it? So, maybe it's this thing. Maybe we can prove this is true or false. So what do we need? We need a 5 and a 4. So 4, 5 pair. So it is, they are different parity. So Phinx doesn't go through there. So, oh, that's important. Oh, that's actually very important. Because how would Phinx starts here and has to go there. So this is joining to that in some way or other. Now, if Phinx was to therefore try to get to this cupcake without going through there, there's no way to do it. She can't. And this is a true red currant. So Phinx gets this cupcake, which means that, yeah, this is amazing. So that means that this rat is Inks, which might make you think, oh, Inks does that, but I don't think she has to. I think she possibly could do that, and that wouldn't interfere with this. This is extra. Hang on, I've got a 2, 8 pair in column 8. So what do I need? I need 1. 1, 7. Yeah, I can do that. So that's 7, that's 1. No, it's not done me any good, actually. Although, no, it hasn't done me any good. Because that could be true or false, depending on whether Phinx goes through it. It could be rendered correct by having a 1, 2 pair on it. Goodness me. 3 has to be on the green dot at the bottom of this column by Sudoku. So, golly, I haven't got a clue then. So what do we do with this? Oh, right. I've got one thing. Yeah. Phinx. I don't think it's possible that these clues here are simultaneously true, i.e. not affected by Phinx. Because that would make this a correct nabna, which means not consecutive, which would make this an 8. And then this green dot would need to be correct, which would mean opposite the 3 you'd need an 8 or a 9, and you'd have to have 8, and you'd get 8 there and 8 there. So that's not right. So Phinx definitely doesn't go straight to the cupcake. She has got to somehow... Well, she has to interfere with at least one of these thingies. So, and get out again. So that's got to be done. Which means that's got to be done. 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 No diagonality today. Which means this is an incorrect nabna, which means this is a 2. Which does the 2 and the 8 up here. So these are 3, 6, 8. And see, 3 and 8 could still work. Oh, goodness me. Ah, but at least now, Inks can't now go on the roundabout way this way to get to this cupcake because Phinx has taken some of the path. So the only way that Inks can get to that cupcake is like that, I think. I mean, and the thing is, we might know that, but it does us no good to know it because Inks's path doesn't affect the truths. Oh, no, that's not. Well, that is true, but I've just noticed something about that. Now Phinx can't go through this blackcurrant because she'd bump into Inks's path. So Inks does that. Oh no, Phinx does that, which means this is a real black dot. It's a real boy. So this is a 2, this is a 3. Oh, and there's another 3 in the corner avoided. That's a 2, that's a 4, that's a 4, that's a 5, that's a 6, that's an 8, that's a 5. I think the Sudoku is done, but the path isn't. Oh, look, it's beautiful. And it's literally the last thing to do. Because the only thing we haven't done, I think, is to note whether this goes into the corner or not. But this is a correct green dot. So it mustn't be rendered incorrect by having Phinx interfere with it. So we do that. This is a work of absolute genius. I'm just checking that I think I've done the paths fully. Look, I mean, just look at the path that this rat goes to make as many clues as necessary wrong. It's basically it is almost the entire grid, and this rat just goes there. It's correct. Right. Experiment completed successfully. Test date April 1st, 1975. Cells visited 53. Blackcurrants eaten 0. Redcurrants eaten 0. Goldenberries eaten 0. Grapes eaten 0. Is that right? Because I've got the path going through some grapes. Thankfully, the rats seemed to take today's little bit of mischief in the spirit it was intended. Phinx was initially mistrustful at being able to go straight to her cupcake, but enjoyed a nice relaxing rest while her friend demonstrated her solving skills. Phinx was entirely unfazed by her fake cake when she reached it. She has an uncanny knack for anticipating my little twists. Happily, Phinx chose to share her real cake with her, which, if I'm honest, was what I'd hoped would happen. It was rather lovely to see. Marty, you are an absolute genius. That's fantastic. There wasn't a great deal of veracity in the puzzle. It was almost entirely mendacity, but I loved every minute of it. Let me know in the comments how you got on. Enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.